Here we go again, back with more Pro Cycling Manager Season 2015 and another part of our Africa Challenge. Today we've reached the Tour of Oman. I will do the entire race in one video, which means I'll simulate through the first 3 stages as they are flat sprint stages. Later on we'll have a mountain stage and a hill stage which I will drive, and if I want to I'll probably drive the final stage as well, depending on how well we're doing in the overall classification. The team I've chosen is pretty much the riders who are in the best shape on the team, and then I picked mine just because we need a guy who's great on the climbs. I have Kudos, TINKOFF, and Kamai as my 3 best helpers. They're all MP, can maybe do something in the sprints. I don't think he will because he'll probably be up against some tough competition. That's the wrong button I clicked there. But yeah, first stages are flat. You can just take a look at the profiles here, and then we'll go to stage 4, which is the mountain stage. Favorites, let's just see. Let's see, right here, the MP isn't even in the top 10, so it's going to be really difficult for him to beat a guy like Cavendish in a really flat stage. But let's just get to stage number 4. Okay, we finally reached stage 4 of the 3 flat stages. The Olympic finishing 7th, 9th and 10th, so 3 top 10 finishes is actually pretty good. Looking at the favorites list here, I haven't looked yet. So you can see we're up against Nibali, for example, Bardet, Pozzovivo, Fuglsang, Gesing, Tendam, Diagosa, Kruijswijk, Villemot. And we need to get a top 3 finish overall. Looking at hill stats, we can't see it here, but I know that some of these guys are pretty great in the hills as well. So this could be a real challenge. I'm hoping that, because I noticed that Nibali and Bardet so Nibali and Fuglsang and Bardet and Pozzovivo are both on the same team, and Diagosa as well, for example, that they'll work for one of them, and for example Pozzovivo and Fuglsang will drop back because they'll have to protect Nibali and Bardet, and then that can give me a top 3 finish. That's some pretty confusing, but I think it makes sense anyway. This is just a flat stage and the final climb seems to be pretty tough. Let's get into the stage and do the final climb. Hopefully we can get a good result here. Okay, it's the last 13 kilometers of the most deciding stage of this year. We have Nibali in 5th position. On the right you have Pozzovivo. I haven't seen Bardet anywhere. Kruijswijk and Gesing should be sitting right here. We have an Astana train further down here with Fuglsang and Rosa somewhere as well. On that, most of the favorites are sitting up front here. We have some sprinters as well because the stage hasn't been that tough so far, but right now the pace is high. The final climb is about 8 kilometers long. We have a point sprint here. I don't know if we'll see Cavendish or something like that fight for this. Yeah, Cavendish, Bone, Jans, Palini here fighting for this point sprint. Just increasing the pace even more, hurting every rider. After sprinting there, it will be really tough for them to even get up top now. Let's see. There's still 1.6 to the bottom of the climb, so it's a 7 kilometer long climb apparently. We have Mines protected by TINKOFF, Kudos protected by Kamai, MP up in front now. Here's starts the climb, and I'm going to put them both on 85 here. And just see what happens. I don't know if 85 is a lot or not a lot, but I think we'll just stop with Impy here. He can relax now, go safely home instead. Impy actually wants to join apparently. Minches, Kudos, both protected by Kamai. TINKOFF couldn't keep up for that more, so he'll drop back. Kamai still looking really nice here. But they coming back up. A lot of the Astana guys are gone. Fuglsang isn't here, which is nice for me. Pozzovivo is still here, but he looks to be tired from Kudos' pretty tough pace right here. Not Kudos, mine is a tough pace. I'll put him down to 80 and I'll stop Kamai here. So we're down to like, what, 6 riders now? I'll put it down to 80 because I think this is a bit too fast. I want Gesing to drop off, Pozzovivo to drop off, and then we'll have 4 riders remaining because... yeah, Pozzovivo's gone. I want Gesing, but they seems to be gone now as well. I want one of the Lotto Jumbo guys to fall off as well, because I don't care about winning. I just want to get a top 3 finish here. I want to beat, what's he called? I want to get a top 3 finish because that's all I need. I don't care about beating Nibali. We have Kruijswijk and Gesing. We have a hill stage as well to go, of course. So if I can just beat one of these 2 guys, either today or on the hill stage, it wouldn't be that bad. I completely forgot about Kudos. So I'll stop Minds up front now because I think I've tired most of the other riders out. But I think he's trying to get back up again now. Let's see. Behind us we have Giant Alpecin leading out. Rosa Fuglsang is about closing the gap himself. Some of the guys who didn't join the first attack by me are now going solo at their own pace up the climb now. About a minute down to the group behind us here. And he starts the sprint. I started at about 200-300 meters ahead, and this could be pretty good for me. I think I'm actually going to win this stage. I have a 20-second gap now here. The sprint didn't last for long. There starts the sprint from the group behind me. Can I hold on for the win? I can hold on. Mintis takes the win. I didn't expect to win this over Nibali, for example. But De Posvivo, Anton fighting for 5th place. I think this will actually be a top 10 finish as well for Kudos. Here comes Jones. I haven't heard of him before. Only 72 mountains. That's pretty impressive that he's up here fighting with Kudos and Fuglsang. Actually beating them as well. So this is a 10th place finish for Kudos. 2 guys in top 10 finish with Mintis winning it. It's a great performance. You can see people are so tired right now. Teklamino and Gmai worked really hard for me. So did Del Impi and a lot of other riders here today. Let's check out the new overall standings after this great mountain stage. I did not expect this win. So it ended up actually being a really exciting stage, with Mintis getting a 19-second gap to Nibali Gazing, Crosswick a further 10 seconds behind, but they over a minute after me, and Kudos actually another rider of my team finishing in the top 10. But it's actually some pretty big gaps on only 7 kilometer long mountains. Did not expect this, did not expect being so far ahead, because this wasn't a really tough stage. So I expected a lot of riders to have a lot of energy left, but Mintis had put a really tough pace. I don't think Nibali is in great shape yet. Not that Mintis is on the other hand, but still great ride overall. We have a hill stage tomorrow. I have some work to do. I'm changing my goal now. Now I want to win overall. Nibali has 79 hill. I have 77. So once again, he's better than me. That didn't stop me today, so it won't stop me tomorrow, hopefully. Let's get to stage 5. Okay, the stage 5 profile is on. Chikwago Gmai from Ethiopia is sick or injured or something like that, so he asked to withdraw, so I just withdraw him here in the strategy page. You can see there's only 7 riders here, even though there's 8 here, so I think he should have been withdrawn once we get into the stage. Other than that, I'll probably start on the second to last or last climb, probably the last climb, because it seems like they're pretty similar. At least this climb and this climb are pretty similar. So we'll get into the stage and hopefully we can hang on to our first place for the rest of this race. Okay, last 40 kilometers, we're going over all these 3 climbs. They're not very long climbs, around 2-3 kilometers long. The middle one about 4 kilometers long, I would guess. But they're really steep, so we'll drive them all anyway. We have our 3 helpers up front, of course, Lang, Craven and Debesay. We have Impi replacing Kamai as Mintis' helper. Teklamino now work for Kudos. Impi's a great hill rider, so it's naturally that he's going to be the best helper for Mintis today. Lang is the worst rider on our team. At all, not in the race at all. He's the worst rider by far. He's from, of course, the Mauritius, I think. Even though, yeah, I think he's from Mauritius, if I remember correctly. Is that Nibali going solo here? Okay, we have to pay a bit attention to that. That's really early on. 8:30, almost 4 kilometers to go. Is he going solo here? Let's just get up to him. I don't want that to happen. Place known. Otherwise we'll have to put Teklamino and Impi up front here and pull pretty hard. And Kudos can protect Mintis here. The deciding climb will come up right here. We have Lotsudal, of course. And also Lotto Jumbo with Gazing in 3rd place and Kreuzvik in 4th place, whereas Kreuzvik he's all the way down here, so they have some work to do as well. I'm really surprised to see Nibali going away here with 40 kilometers to go. Already has a minute down to the rest of us. He's a great descender as well, so this is not where we're going to gain any time on him anyway. All my teammates here are sitting up front. In this group, Lang, of course, I can just stop working with. But De is here. Pusovivo and Impi are working up front here. But I'm thinking this must cost some energy as well for Nibali. I mean, of course it costs energy for my riders as well, but Nibali is going solo. Meanwhile, Kudos Mightis here has Impy and TINKOFF and Positivo working for them as well. So this should be a net gain for me. If he gets tired, he's done, I think. Let's just see here. We'll put him up again. Why wasn't TINKOFF working? That's why. Okay. We'll just put him here on 85, and we'll put Mightis to go solo one up again here. See if we can close the gap a bit up to Nibali here. But we should get on my wheel pretty soon. Kudos now working really hard just to keep up. I've already dropped it down to 30 seconds, 20 seconds here. Nibali closing the gap to the break. We have 2 minutes down to the peloton with still 100 riders in that group. Okay, I think we've got this to a 4-man group again here. Mightis have caught up with Nibali here. Kudos actually managed to hang on as well. That's pretty impressive by him. But Rio seems a bit more tired. And we have TINKOFF here and Impy, both working their own pace right here. They'll probably soon be caught by the peloton. But there's not really anyone. You can see Craven, of all people here, is still one of the front riders in peloton. That means they aren't going that fast. Giesing, Krogsvik, Rosa, Fuglsang should be here. But they, of course, 5th overall. Some pretty big names. Jones, who finished in top 10 last time. And we can see it here. Impy and TINKOFF have got back up again because nobody's working in the front group anymore. It looks like the breakaway is going to win this. I don't care too much because there's no one really of a threat. 6.5 minutes behind. And that's what, 30, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 4.5 minutes down to this group here from the front riders. And they're 6.5 minutes behind. So they're not a threat for the overall. I don't care too much about this win here. Or the stage win. We have some few riders. Of course, we've gotten away. Giesing, Wilson from the breakaway have gotten away now. This was the toughest of the hills, with a long flat section right here before the final climb. TINKOFF trying to get some water. Holmes from the breakaway still in this group. Giesing trying to solo up. Still has about a minute. He probably will manage to solo up, just because we don't really have anybody pulling up in front here. I could put Kudos up front now. That wouldn't be a bad move, honestly, because Mightis still has a lot of energy left to go solo on the last climb here. Yeah, we'll put Kudos up in front now. Mightis will have to go a bit solo here. So this, you can see right now, this really increased the pace a lot. Kudos using his energy here, probably sacrificing a bit of the space. He could have moved up in the overall standings. By doing this, he probably could have finished in top 5 maybe overall if he just kept on going at the pace here. Giesing has caught up here. We have the big 4-man group here with some of the big names. Igor and Ton, Krogsvik, a lot of top 10 guys here. 4, 5 and 6 all sitting right here. Then the peloton. Not the peloton, Craven is here of all people. That's really surprising considering he has been working hard all day long. But let's just get to the front group. Not focus about anything else right now. Mightis comes up here. Turo is the guy in front, but he's like 2 minutes ahead of me. Mightis going hard now. With 13 kilometers to go for me. I think he just got a bit of a gap there. Down to Positivo and Nibali. Nibali seems pretty tired actually. Slow it down a bit because I don't want to die out myself now. But Mightis is strong, even though he's not in great fitness. He's stronger than most of his competitors here. You have Turo, the only guy remaining from the breakaway now, 1 minute ahead of Mightis here. There's still a descent to go. I don't think he'll catch him because I'm usually not that great at knowing what kind of speed I should go with on these descents. put it on 60. We have Breton, the Canadian rider, on my wheel here. But I really dropped Nibali, and Porto are far behind me right now. "45 seconds up to Toro here, the German rider from, I think that's Fancy Group Gobert. Kudos is in this group here with Gesink and Kushtor, just about 45 seconds after. Actually a pretty impressive performance by him as well. I'm pulling up Britain back here. He's looking really he's really happy about getting on my wheel now, because this could give him a great overall placing on this stage. Let's just see. He's right up there. Don't think I'll catch him. He still has 3 kilometers to go. I have 3 kilometers to go as well now. I've dropped Britain, the Canadian rider, John Hogeland, Norway, and then here comes Porto Vivo. 1.67 now. It's going to be really close. I might as well just put it on 99 here, use my red bar as well now. He's sprinting. It's not going to be a win for me today, a second place finish, but I get the same time as the front rider. Could have been back-to-back stage wins, but a great win. I'm surprised that I'm beating Nibali and by this much. He seems strong. He used a lot of energy by going solo, and I had my teammates helping me out instead of that. Let's see, we have TINKOFF actually surprisingly high up. Could even get a top 10. Probably not top 10, but a pretty good finish here as well. Kudos here, sprinting for 6th place. TINKOFF will not be sprinting for anything, I guess, because he's too tired for that. And we'll get 11th place here. Craven, Impy down in this group will sprint for whatever place this is, 13th, 15th, I guess. They'll only be surprisingly high up in the standings here. Colbrelli is also a great sprinter, still remaining here. But good result overall. We have a flat stage to go. I think I have a pretty big lead right now, and we'll probably assimilate through it and get the sponsor approval for winning the Tour of Oman. So this was the results of stage 5. We ended up getting the same time as Bjørn Toro. We ended up winning the stage. He's 9th overall now. Jumped up a lot of places in the standings. Kudos jumped up from 10th to 7th overall. And TINKOFF 16th. We have some pretty strong riders here. Impy 22nd and Dan Craven 36th. If Kamai had been there, he'd probably be around top 10, 20 as well. But he of course sadly went out with an injury before this stage. Other than that, pretty good result overall. Top 10 standings look like this. I have 4 minutes or so to Nibali and Gesink, both at the same time. The Gesink group caught up with Nibali and Porto at the end, but they lost time today. Kreuzvik lost a lot of time today. Kudos gained a lot of time on some of the riders behind him, for example Igor Anton, Carter Jones, Diego Rosa, and so on. Fulton lost 8 minutes today. That's pretty poor from him, but 2 good straights in a row. Let's simulate stage 6 and see what the final overall results are. And here it is. We simulated through stage 6, not a flat stage, 3 small hills at the end. Candidates ended up winning at Guardini in 2nd, Bone in 3rd. The Olympi4 team finished up in 13th place on this stage. Overall standings didn't change at all. Mine is still in 1st, Nibali in 2nd, and Gesink in 3rd. Kudos for my team got in 7th. Then we had a lot of riders here in the top 25 in total. I think we won the team competition as well. Let's see. We did actually win the team competition, which I'm really proud of, with our new African continental team as well. Young riders. I won 2 victory again, Minds and Kudos. In the mountains, I think we got pretty high finish as well. 4th place with Minds from the mountain and the hill stage. But you can see the breakaway on the hill stage on, I think, stage 5. Ended up giving a lot of points to Toro, President Hogeland, who were all in the breakaway. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Points jersey was won by Cavendish, of course, from winning all the stages. Minds with a stage win in the mountains and a 2nd place on the hill stage, gets 4th for my team. MP with a lot of top 10 places finished up in 14th. But that's pretty much the overall result. We can just take a look at the new rankings and see how we're looking overall. So sponsor wise, we're looking at, of course, Adway as a sponsor. Mindtest got the first on a really important stage. Sponsor confidence is through the roof right now. Really important win for the team. Let's see here. I think that's mostly the most important results. Yeah, no further results. They really like what I'm doing here in Tour of Qatar and Tour of Oman. Registered riders. We have African riders, which they're really happy about. Squad. They're really happy about the squad as well. They're really happy about everything because we have a South African team. We of course need a lot of South African riders. Looking at the standings after February, of course there are a couple of races to go. But team-wise, we've of course not been a UCI World Tour race, but continental race, we're dominating double the points of all of our competitors. And in the cycle CQ rankings, which is this ranking deciding which teams will get promoted, we are also doubling our competitors, and the top 2 teams here get promoted. The bottom 2 teams here from the World Tour, right now Francis Desjeux and Dan Upson, will get relegated. So if it was to stop now, it will be Africa Cycling Companies getting promoted to the World Tour, and Francis Desjeux and Team Dan Upson getting relegated. Individually, I think it should be Impi and Mindtest up front here. We have Mindtest in first, Impi in second, Franco Pellizotti from Androni in third right now. Impi of course jumping really high up in the standings after winning the Tour of Qatar. Surprisingly enough, Mindtest staying in first place after his great January, and of course now improving on that by winning the Tour of Oman. So great result overall from the entire team. Really surprised at how well this is going. Next up I think is the Tour de Langkawi. We need to get a stage win. I don't think I'll do many of those stages because when you just take a look at it, it's usually not the best riders competing in this race. With 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a mount stage. I was hoping for some more hill stages or so, because it couldn't be pretty tough winning a mount stage because I don't know what kind of competition I'm up against. But this will be the next stage. We do some of these stages. I probably won't do 7 flat stages because that's pretty boring. So I'll maybe do the mount stage and stage 8 since that's a pretty short stage as well. So we can look forward to that in the next video. As for this video, it's over now. We ended up winning the Tour of Oman. Great result overall. Mindtest winning overall and winning at the mountain stage and second place on the hill stage. That's it for today. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a like and comment down below what you thought about the video. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.